Okay, Boomer.
Down south, hood baby, make all the girls go crazy,
Go stupid, but you smart like an A+ student. Right now, looking for your love right now. Up down, all around, turn my stomach upside down. I found your hair tie in my car. I could only.
Hey, yo. What's up, gentlemen?
What's up, boys?
How's everybody doing?
Oh, we're doing good, man.
Oh, who's dubbing?
Oh, not Devin.
Hey, everyone. First time Boomer Council watcher. Interested to hear what goes on here. What's up, brother? How you doing? Welcome.
Howdy.
What goes on here?
Oh, well, just wait a couple minutes. Things are going to get out of control. Hawks, you're muted again.
Oh, freaking Boomer.
Boomers.
Hey, so it wasn't me echoing.
Boomered it again.
Oh, God. What's up, chat? How's everybody doing? Shut up, Crit.
Well, okay, so I'm gonna start it off. We're
here to defend himself about.
we're gonna be salty.
now.
Hold on. So the first post in the comment section is from Crit, and it starts off, underwhelming episode. Boba Fett characterization is weird, should be serious, ruthless after Return of the Jedi. But why are we treating him so gently as a character? Kind of silly, in my opinion. There wasn't much story. So,
Wow. Okay.
meow.
I'm going to respectfully disagree.
Meow.
Yeah, I love you, Crit, but I do have to disagree. I think this first episode was freaking fire, man.
What did you guys want? Did you guys want him coming out and like blasting everybody and stealing the slave one in the first episode and ending up in the whole thing in one episode?
I mean, Bobby Rob did say all killer, no filler.
Yeah, but you don't want to blow your whole Fett wad right on the first episode.
That's what I'm saying. I'm in the same boat. I mean, I wasn't going to put it in such beautiful terms, but yes.
Yeah,
These millennials don't understand Dancing with Wolves, Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
You don't understand where the story
I'm
is
a millennial. What the hell are you talking about?
He's
then the Z's.
they're building this relationship with the Tuscans, bro. It's
and see, this was big for me, honestly. Like this, I didn't expect as much Tuscan as we got.
Got a lot of Tuscan,
but
I kind of a lot of Tuscan.
I have a lot of appreciation as to why he's sitting on the throne saying, "I don't torture," right? Like this is a big thing because he was basically kind of tortured a little bit by the Tuscans. Not, we didn't see an excess, but he doesn't torture people, and that's maybe because some of his background. So
yeah,
I feel like they're showing us why he is the way he is now, right? Like sitting in the back to tank is bringing back a lot of old stuff.
Well, let's roll it back. Okay, very beginning of the episode. What's the first thing you get?
Let me ask you guys this though. We're gonna go deep in this, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
I'm going hot.
Spoiler alert, everybody.
Real deep.
So I'm fresh off the episode too. I just watched it a little bit ago.
I've watched it like 4 or 5 times, so I'm with you. So we start off with what? We start off with Camino, right? First frame, Camino in the rain.
Dude, it's Camino in the rain with the slave one parked out there.
Yes.
Yep.
I don't know if that's like them escaping Obi-Wan Kenobi,
right?
Or like these are like, not to keep like, I feel like we're on this theme of PTSD. It's not that, but he's having these
100% PTSD. What are you talking
hardcore like childhood memories that were traumatic or otherwise.
This guy's had a rough go, right? So he's born and having this, awesome young life, and then he watches his pops' head get cut off, and then basically he's a little kid bounty hunter from there on out. Right? He doesn't have a home. He doesn't have a place that's home.
He's got Aura Singh, but Aura Singh freaking ditches him when he's like 13.
So from the age of 10 until now, he's on his own. Yeah. He's living on the streets, basically, figuring it out. So he's He's got some PTSD. He's got some daddy issues. You know,
Well, he's
100%,
tried
dude.
the route of revenge even from a young age. He tried to take out Mace Windu
Right.
when he was a kid,
right.
Mhm.
and it almost freaking worked.
So, fast forward to the next frame, and the next frame is the Geonosian scene where
Mhm.
he's picking up his father's helmet.
That was reshot with extra frames added, which I feel like is extremely important, which I want to get to. I want to talk about that. But Felicity Poobell with an extremely generous 10 credits. Thank you so much for being here, man. I really appreciate it.
Mhm.
It was very, very kind of you.
Dark
People
Scorpion,
waited-
this is what happens here. Get ready.
Oh yeah. People waited 40 years for the Sarlacc escape. They gave it a short shrift. If they are spending all this time with the Tuscans to pay off the Gaffy Stick in Mando season 2, that's total BS. So I agree with you 100%. I wish we had a little bit more Sarlacc action. What I wish they would have done is had like the weak ways. If they counted everybody that was in the pit and there were just bodies in there, not like one stormtrooper. I'm talking like bodies, and it's Disney, so it's kind of hard. But I'm talking about like half decayed people.
So like Alien. So
A
like the
lot-
Alien wall.
A lot more horrible than one stormtrooper kind of decayed. Like the
Yeah,
inside
because
of
we
the
see it
Sarlacc-
like it's getting through the armor, and he's been in there for some time. But I agree, if we would have got some of the guys that were on the barge,
the weak
Mhm.
ways and stuff like that. I would have liked to have seen that. And from what we know, the inside of a Sarlacc pit from the EU, it's a horror show. It's a
Yeah.
freaking horror show, man.
Mhm.
So yeah, I did feel a little sold short, but I was so excited to see it that I was just like seeing this is what they
Seems
do,
like there should have been more sand in there.
right? It was very clean.
I appreciate the comment. I appreciate that you put if, because I don't think that's it. Like, they're not going to just have him spend this time with the Tuscans to pay off a Gaffy Stick. Obviously, he has it, but I don't think, and I'm just gonna throw this out there because it's a big theory, and I'm with the ruthless Boba Fett. I don't think they just gave him the shit. I think he takes that. I think that person's and
Wait, what does he do?
takes him out.
Well,
You
I
mean
takes him
the
out.
youngling?
Like the youngling, like the female.
Thank you.
Thank you, Arlene. Thank you.
but at the same time, this is what Star Wars fans always complain about. You guys want story out of the gate. You want it all right from the start. You want it all now, which is a big part of not Star Wars. It's a building process. This isn't an extension of Mando. This isn't an extension of any other story. You're getting the book of Boba Fett. So that means they have to tell you some stories about what's going on with Boba Fett and some of the things that he deals with. So for me, the Sarlacc, yeah, okay, we only got a little bit, okay, fair enough. But the Tuscan stuff is important because this is the stuff that's going to build him into the Boba we saw without his armor, right? He's beaten some ass, and he got his ass kicked thoroughly. So
it's the most PG death stomach ever. 100%. That was a very Disney death stomach.
All of this,
It was the throat. I mean, I don't know if it was the stomach.
dude. But I loved his method of getting out of there. That
Yeah,
was sick.
That was sick.
That's
He
what's
used-
like. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, well, just the fact that the dude's like about to die, and he's still smart enough to be like, I'm gonna use that oxygen tank in that stormtrooper's uniform.
Yep.
And just lit that shit up, man. It was like,
That's pretty sick. And I mean, so the EU version, he basically tricks the Sarlacc into setting off his jetpack, and that's how he gets out. This feels a little more badass.
I loved it.
so it's
I
like-
thought that was so
Rips
cool.
a hole in the stomach.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool.
The complaint that it was short. I thought it being that quick and that short was badass. Like he was able to just Boom, done. Sarlacc, nothing. Like
I
easy.
feel like it needed a little bit more weight to it. Like I can't imagine experience more horrifying than being in a freaking Sarlacc pit. Give
And
me
no oxygen though,
But
dude. I
he
think that's why
wasn't
they
in there
did
that long, right?
Like he
Like
could
he
not
really.
breathe.
You guys were saying the other day he was only in there a matter of hours. It wasn't days, weeks, years, right?
That
It
seemed
was
quick.
hours.
Unconscious.
I
So
don't know because there was no flames left on the barge. That was burnt up and done.
yeah, but I mean that
How
could
long
happen.
did he go unconscious for?
That could be
You know?
an 18-hour. That could be a 12-hour. That's
Yeah.
Mhm.
more than enough time for him to be unconscious and come to. And it wasn't smoking, so it took some time. But the sandstorms tend to brush over fire and
Yeah.
kill it. But he's
We're
in there
so
for
fucking
hours.
dirty.
He's not in there for he's
love
not in there for days. So he's not really experiencing the torture of the Sarlacc. He's at the front door. He hasn't even made it past the welcome mat of the Sarlacc. And the Sarlacc is hurt apparently already from the barge crashing. So it's already weak. He comes in, basically barbecues it from the inside a little bit.
Actually, yeah. Now that you say the damage, like when he was on the surface, those tentacles were just
Dude, that thing
laying
was
there.
dead.
It was
Yeah,
dead.
He killed
so
that Sarlacc. Yeah. 100%.
yeah, so escaping at that point
He
wouldn't have been as
literally
hard.
cooked it from the inside out.
Yeah,
Right,
he
yeah.
blew the thing up right in the thing's stomach. It was
So
Right
Yeah.
in the jejunum.
For sure.
And
so
here's the thing, like, yeah, it was short, but I'm kind of glad that it was because here's what would have happened if it was the opposite. Everybody would have been complaining we spent
The
too
whole
much time
episode.
in the Sarlacc pit.
exactly.
Mhm.
It's like we
Mhm.
get it. We know he's escaping from the Sarlacc pit. We don't need to dwell on it. Like I wanted to
Again-
get to the point of him becoming a crime lord. I was like, okay, cool. We
But
got to
the
set
Sarlacc-
this world up.
The Sarlacc, he wasn't in there long enough, even if the Sarlacc wanted to start digesting him. It wasn't enough time for the Sarlacc to start the mind probes, start the torture, really, really get into it, right? This Sarlacc was damaged from the barge crash, and then Boba wakes up, basically barbecues you from the inside, and then tears his way out. I mean, that thing is dead. So
Mhm.
we don't need much more. Now, going forward, the Tuscan stuff is a little more important.
Hey, real quick before we go too far forward, I want to touch on Felicity mentioned the crate dragon. The crate dragon now comes to eat the Sarlacc now that it's dead. It couldn't do that while it was alive. Essentially, it from Mando they said it ate like the remains of the Sarlacc pit.
I wanted to hit this too real quick from Crit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if I don't consume. That's not how you spell that. The same product as you guys, but you really need to see other than the Sarlacc escape and brief glimpse at the present day stuff. Nothing fundamentally happens in this that we haven't seen in the Mandalorian. Yeah, I feel like, dude, this boils down to the same thing. Like the book is always better than the movie. It's always going to be that way. I always go back to the Christopher Paolini books when like there was the gnarliest battle that you've ever seen in a book ever, and then they put it on a TV screen and it's like 45 dudes in a room. Like dumb.
Well, at the same time, from a storyteller's perspective, and Crit should understand this because he rebuilds his stories. From a storyteller's perspective, you need building blocks, man.
Yeah, this
You
gave
need
us
stuff- you need stuff to build on. You can't just go out and throw the whole thing out in one shebang and then it's done. This is like cooking. This is like story. This is building a book. This is building a story, right? So him in the Bacta pod, which I thought was
there's
fun.
gonna be
It's not a
more
tank,
of
it was a
that.
pod, which was awesome because we're used to the standing up tanks. That's a time where he's healing, but also in a meditative state and dealing with his issues, right? And that's
PTSD.
That's the most important thing because that's going to tell us where we're going, right? That's going to give us some fundamental stuff. And the Tuscans obviously played a big part in saving his life.
Yeah.
And hiding him from everybody.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
it answered the biggest question all of us had about Boba Fett.
How to
Now
get out
we
of
know.
Sarlacc pit.
Yeah.
That's all it needed to do, bro.
I
Like,
do, and I don't want
introduction
anybody
to
think
Book of
we're just,
Boba Fett. How the
ripping
hell
on
am I
this guy.
alive?
Everest
No,
Productions,
I love
if
Crit.
you haven't already goes. He does a lot of these stories like from the books. He
They're
retells them,
amazing.
and it
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
absolutely amazing.
And that's why I'm
Yeah.
busting his balls, right? That's why I'm busting his balls because he's a storyteller.
So
And
go
this is-
subscribe to that guy and watch his stories because
This is a storyteller's journey, and this is the first step in that journey.
Yeah, we're gonna see some crazy stuff coming up in the next episode. This kind of just
What doesn't make sense? I don't know. He's gonna be with the Tuscans for a while.
It's
I
got to
feel
be
like
like 5 years,
7
right?
years.
That's what I'm saying.
7
So
years.
get ready,
Mhm.
strap in.
Oh god.
yeah, I think
Yeah, buddy.
next episode we're gonna get Tashi Station.
Yep. And that's gonna be him helping the Tuscans. It's gonna be him helping the Tuscans find a permanent water source and not have to dig for that damn fruit in the desert. So, yeah.
I love it.
Ugh.
It takes time, man. It's a
No,
story
we're gonna-
that's never been told, so we
Mhm.
don't have any premise or basis off of it. And not, I mean, what did they say in the Under the Helmet documentary on Disney? He had 4 lines in the entire OG trilogy. 4 for a total of 6 minutes of screen time. This is an elusive figure that the only story that gave us more was the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
That gave us young Boba.
I think the episodes are only gonna get longer.
Aside from that, we don't have anything to go off of, so they have to
What are the
build
4
the
lines?
levels.
He's no good to me dead. He's worth a lot to me. What are the other 2?
As you wish.
As you wish.
That was Wesley.
And
That was the old stash.
but, I mean, really think about it. There's no other stories to go off of. That I mean, he's the most elusive character in all of Star Wars, the most mysterious in all of Star Wars. We don't know where he was, what happened to him. Not a lot of backstory without the prequels, without the Clone Wars. You don't have a Boba Fett with a little bit of meat on him. He's just this mysterious character under the helmet. So now they have to show us what makes Boba Boba.
Yeah. Oh, Star Wars Ladage got it. Put Solo in the cargo hold.
Yeah, put Solo in the cargo hold. Yeah.
What did he say when he got out when Fennec wakes him up? Did he say I was dreaming again?
Dreams have started again.
Yeah, like the dreams are back or the dreams have started again or
Okay.
something like that. Yeah. So this has clearly been, dude, it's been messing with him for sure.
Well, and how do we know that this isn't something that he's been dealing with the Tuscans, right? Maybe this is, maybe they won't let him leave because he's broken, right? Maybe that's part of why the
Oh,
chief.
don't do that, please.
I mean, he's obviously noble because he didn't kill. He could have killed that little kid. He could have stabbed him right in his little face.
The other thing too is about Tuscans. They respect warriors.
Right.
There's a lot of respect in the Tuscan culture.
This
And
is
we got to see a
100%
bunch of that
Dances with Wolves
in
thing.
Mando.
Yes, I love
Yeah.
it, dude.
Yeah.
Love it.
Avatar, Dances
Avatar,
with
yeah.
Wolves. Yeah, totally. That
Except there isn't a rival for her love. There's no other Tuscan that he's fighting for her love.
Dude,
Well, and
that Tuscan clan though, they look like Cabal from Mortal Kombat.
Dude,
Well, and I was gonna
yeah.
say, I did see a blaster or a rifle in one of the scenes. It was just hung over somebody's shoulder, but it wasn't like out. It was just like draped
was it
over.
a cycler rifle or a blaster?
It was a rifle.
Oh,
Yeah, they have projectiles they fire.
Yeah.
But everybody was saying, "Oh, we didn't see him. Did they not have any rifles?" I just saw one with the rifle. But I mean, obviously these Tuscans are pretty tough and pretty badass. You know.
Oh yeah, we were also deceived.
Good.
Remember they're like, yeah, I'm totally fine.
Good. What did I tell
They're
you?
like,
I wanted them to deceive you all.
This is all from the first 15 minutes of the first episode. I'm like, dude, we didn't see a lot.
Well, and they totally clickbaited y'all too with the Rancor writing.
There was also dialogue in different
I was
places.
never into that. I was never into the Rancor writing thing.
I think we can still get that.
I wasn't
we
part
can
of the
still
cool
get
kids that like leaked the Rancor writing thing, like part of the awesome leaker group. I was not part of that. And then they're like, "Oh yeah, he's gonna ride a Rancor." I'm like, "What the what?
What the what?"
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think that this whole thing was shot beautifully too. The cinematography in this first episode.
See, that's another thing that people were hating on, Matt. Thank you.
I loved it. I thought this episode was gorgeous.
Oh, the cinematography was beautiful.
Yeah, there was so
It was
many
a
people.
vast improvement over his Mando episode, I thought.
Well, and God, this is something else that frustrated me getting on the media platforms and listening to the haters gonna hate.
You did not just T-Swizz my fucking
Oh,
boomer console.
I am gonna T-Swizz the shit out of this because that's my.
So moving on, we were going to talk about.
I love me some Tay Tay. Shake it off, baby. Shake it off. So for me, there's a lot of people that were like, this episode looked awful in comparison to Mandalorian. They're supposed to, people. I don't know if you guys really break down how television works. There's a different director. There's a different director of photography. These are meant to be different looking and style shows. This is supposed to be a little grittier because it's Boba. It's not supposed to be polished like Mando. So it's designed that way, I believe. And it looks great.
Yeah.
And you're getting a Boba Fett show. Shut the fuck up.
I don't think we're going to get the telepathic stuff from the Sarlacc thing, like from the EU. I don't think
that would have been cool.
Telepathic aspect. Yeah. I
They
just
would have
don't-
lost so many of the general, though. You know what
That's
I mean?
the thing. I don't think they would
Muggles.
push that far.
Yeah.
But I'm fine with that. That's okay.
Mhm.
The Muggles don't.
Yeah, I don't miss
dude.
it.
Muggles.
The regs.
I'd rather him get out super fast. That was cool.
Our resident Boba historian can confirm that the Django helmet that they reshot was accurate, by the way.
Yes.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Thank you, sir. I
So,
appreciate that.
so who's this mayor of Mos
Oh,
Espa?
I am so glad you brought.
Oh, the Ithorian?
Yeah, the hammerhead.
Is that who it is? The Ithorian?
The
From the
Ithorian's
teaser?
the mayor.
I think so.
Okay,
Because
so
if you go back and you look
is he not
now
in the
at
club?
trailers, no, if you go back to the trailers and you look, you see that Twi'lek like bowing in front of the mayor or bowing in front of the Ithorian, and he's the vassal of the mayor. So
Oh,
you know
I didn't
that
catch
that's
that.
the mayor. Yeah.
so can I put out a speculation or a thought
Yeah. go
about
nuts.
the mayor? And so I'm fast forwarding a little bit, but we see them get attacked after he gets his fealty from his pleasure house that is now his, that was apparently Jabba and Bibs.
Yeah, by
I-
the Shield gang.
Right,
Yep.
the Shield gang. I think
Confirmed.
that could either be the mayor's people because
100%, dude.
or the his old boss. Remember, he was like, "This is weird. I used to
We
work."
have to work under him. Yeah.
Right. So I was trying to look at the color schemes of the uniforms, and I think it's either one of those two. But I
Oh,
think
you're talking about the
Trandoshan.
Trandoshan?
yeah.
That I
He's
thought was a
the-
chick, but apparently it's a guy.
The Trandoshan is what do they call him? He's the who sets up the hunts. He's the there was a title for him.
The one they gave to Bosk.
Did he get that title, Bosk?
Yeah.
Eventually?
Something.
I thought he left the hunt.
Oh, I'm trying to remember. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember it either.
Somebody in
But
the chat would be like, "I'd be so much better at YouTube than you." Oh, Mayor McCheese. That's what it was.
Mayor
That's the
McCheese.
Trandoshan. Yeah,
Right.
Mayor McCheese.
Yeah.
Well, and so it seemed like a quick arrival of the troops, so to speak.
Mhm.
Right? They set a trap for him.
Scorekeeper. Yes, the Stanleys.
Scorekeeper, thank you.
You're
Yes.
correct. Thank you so much, the Stanleys. You got it.
Kill tracker.
have to
number
mention-
coder?
I do have to mention this first episode did debunk a fan theory a bunch of us talked about.
Ooh, which one?
The Obi-Wan Kenobi spotting.
Oh,
That's right out.
True.
It's right out.
Yeah,
Correct.
As soon as I saw her walking up, I went, and that's done.
it's right out the window.
Oh!
We never got to see though. We never got to see who was running that club. Was
Her.
it the Twilight?
I
You
think it's
so?
her.
Yeah,
I think it's her.
That's why
All
she
right.
paid fealty. That's why she brought. Can I clean your helmet, sir?
Yeah.
But she
Yeah, you
wasn't
can
happy
fill it with-
about it.
If she wasn't just
Fill
like the GM, like general manager,
Oh,
this
you know what?
Arthurian guy could be the guy at the top, and he's up in the penthouse,
That
and they
could be
don't.
her-
They have not
that
shown
could've
us
been
the
her
mayor
army.
yet.
He's the
Yeah.
mayor of Mos Espa.
No, I don't think it was necessarily her people.
Could be someone we haven't met yet.
It could be someone we haven't met. I just feel like the Twi'lek that came in to get fealty and to get his
Mhm.
payment left going, okay, go beat him up a little bit.
Thought
Push
he had
him,
all the power there for sure.
you know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Funny how
that
that
guy was very full of himself.
And I think Fennec eating her words a little bit with the not getting rid of the two Jabba guys, his two Jabba buddies. So
Gamorrean guards.
Yeah, his guards.
I like this. Jennifer
That's what I'm saying.
Fields is secretly the real crime lord.
Think
She's the
about
power
how
broker.
she talked to Boba in that entire scene. She's like, "No, you got nothing on me."
I like this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's like Sharon Carter.
That's not how you spell my name. Anyone notice that the band was playing a rearranged version of the tune from the Cantina scene?
It was.
I don't know if it's confirmed, but apparently that's Figurin Dan and Max Rebo, like the two OG members together making the music. So they're like, "What song should we play?" Like, well, I know this classic. Okay,
it's an oldie but a goodie.
Let's speed it up a little bit and add a little bit of some. Give it a little something.
Little Latino player.
Well, and weren't they on the barge?
Max Rebo was.
They've had the same set list for decades.
Somebody,
a ton of them hauled ass out of there.
Yeah, as soon as things went dark, everybody's like, "Oh, light set's over, gotta go."
Yeah,
I've never even seen Max Rebo move, so I don't know how he got out from underneath.
Oh, you don't know? He's built into the keys now. He has to. He has
got a little engine in there. He just scoots off.
It hovers
like R2 with the B2 battle droids. He just like
it's like Grogu's little pod that he floats around in.
Yeah,
the pram.
I like strikes.
Oh, God.
Your kids are gonna love it.
Trust me, your kids are gonna love it.
Jeez.
The funny thing is, I say that most of the time when I'm leading my crew and we're gonna get started. I'll get on walkie. I'll be like, "All right, everybody, blues riff and B. Watch me for the changes and try to keep up." All right.
Isn't that in Blue Harvest? I think the Family Guy. They finished playing this song. They're like, "Hey, thanks, we're Figurin Dan. What do you want to play?" Hey, play that same song. Okay. Yeah. The Astromech drummer was awesome. I loved the droids. All of the droids in that episode, I was a huge fan of.
Yeah,
and I remember
the torture droid.
Yeah, I was really excited about my friend from Star Tours dealing cards.
Rex. Yeah, Rex was at least that series of droids, but it looked like R3X to me.
It looked like Rex.
Yeah. It looked like Rex. And then I remember I didn't touch on it last night or this morning, I guess, when we were watching the episode. But somebody had said, like, "Oh, look at that droid," when they're taking the contributions from all the people coming in. They said, "Look at that droid. Oh my God, it looks so weird. It's totally taking me out of it." And I'm like, "That's 88. That's the torture droid from Return of the Jedi."
Yeah.
You are
another droid.
Are you correct?
I'm sorry.
Burner.
He was in ANH. Was he in Return of the Jedi?
Yes, because he was Jabba's. Wasn't he Jabba's?
He was
droid torturer.
He was on the
he was down there
burning
torturing the droids. That
and he was like, "You are a protocol droid. How many languages
No,
can you speak?"
that's a different guy.
Is
that
it?
one we see in Mando. He got a job at a cantina.
Oh,
and
that's
was
right,
actually
that's right.
voiced by Mark Hamill.
Mark
That's
Hamill.
right.
Yeah.
I'm getting those two mixed up.
Yeah,
But he
this
was also
the guy.
burning the feet of the Gonk droid in A New Hope, right?
Yeah, and he had that little droid in the stretcher. He was just like getting pulled apart.
Yeah. I think the one that asked if he was a protocol droid and how many voices, that was the original Ralph McQuarrie design for 3PO, wasn't he?
I think so.
It could be.
We should address the chat. They're out here quoting John Campia now.
Well, and here's the other thing that I wanted to mention is what a difference between Mos Eisley and Mos Espa on the way that they treat droids in their bars. Right? Just a little bit of on the other side of the tracks for you kind of vibe.
That is totally true. I didn't even think about that. Yeah,
because the droids are delivering drinks, the droids are
they're going off the hinge, Xwing.
Right?
They're being ignored, bro.
Okay,
they're going off the hinge. So let's get into it. They want to get into it. They keep saying things like "those who mentioned it." I mean, y'all can say names.
Okay, hold on.
I'm an adult.
I'm not.
If there's something that I need to address, I can do that.
More obsession screaming for no reason, please.
I love it.
Oh man.
Love it.
Brutal.
I do it for you guys.
Rename this to the brochure of Boba Fett or the timeshare of
Yep.
Boba Fett.
Yeah, cool.
Yep.
I think there's going to be a lot of
Both tweets from John Campea.
a humble pie eating at the end of
That
this.
was sick, bro.
I wasn't a huge fan of the Boston Dynamic dog.
That
I
was
love
hilarious. Hawk
I
said
loved
it
it.
in the stream. He's like,
Yeah.
people are going to shit on this.
There's like 4 of them walking through.
Mhm.
I wasn't a huge fan, but you know what? You know why? You know why I think I don't like it?
You know
Is
why?
because
Why?
it's
Why?
the same technology that they used for that freaking creature in The Force Awakens.
Which one?
You remember? The BB-8 gets wrapped up in the net, and the little scrounger's like, and Ray's
Wasn't that
like, "Hey,
people
get out of
inside
here!"
a giant puppet?
And then the robot like
Really?
walks away. All
missed
sketchy.
that.
Yeah, same thing. I don't know. It just brought me back to
missed
that. I didn't like it. Okay,
Ah.
who's talking about who now?
I don't know. They're mad there wasn't a Luke Skywalker level
What up,
surprise. And in my opinion, the right off the go, him escaping from the Sarlacc was the moment that was supposed to be hype. But apparently I was the only one hyped about all that.
And the fact that
All
that
those
got out of the way
flashbacks.
in the beginning, what do we have coming?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're all taking this stuff so lightly, but him picking up his dad's helmet, like them showing Camino, all that stuff, like right away. That's your intro.
Well, and what's great about this is, here's the twisted part. He picks up the helmet. We all know that the head wasn't in the helmet because you can see it fly out if you slow it down and all that stuff. You can see the shadow. Here's the other part, though. What happens to Jango's body after Geonosis? Number one. And number two, does Boba have to take the armor off his headless father?
Oh, 100%.
And keep it with him or stashed or hidden until he's old enough to wear it?
Yeah, those are good questions, bro.
Right? So you guys are talking about, oh, well, these flashbacks are important because this guy is damaged, right? That's why he's so good at what he does, because he just puts it in the back of his mind and he keeps going. But there's a lot of stuff going on in there.
Well, this is a Favreau trick, right? Because we saw the exact same thing in Mandalorian.
Yeah.
We see somebody who acts a certain way, and then we get these little flashbacks that tell you, why does this person act that way? It just seems to be a very Favreau-esque thing. I mean,
you guys keep saying it. He's a good storyteller.
Yeah.
So
I'm a huge fan of that type of storytelling. I like that.
Well, and he's doing exactly what he needs to do because they know what they have to do to build Boba, right? Boba's an iconic character that all of these guys are super, super intense over. So this is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, dude,
And you know, whatever, dude. If you don't want to if you're not trying to give me the way that he's so amazingly fast, got out of the Sarlacc as a oh shit moment. This was the introductory episode. If there's not one next episode, I'll eat it, bro. But I still have faith that it's going to be all killer, a lot of surprises. I'm just not trying to be negative on the first goddamn episode. Like, I'm getting triggered by all these people that are just like, oh, you were wrong, and now you're not willing to admit that the show sucked. Like, no, it didn't suck. Sorry.
I mean,
Here's the
honestly,
thing.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Matt.
Not doing it.
Well, here's what I've learned about Filoni and Favreau. You be patient. It's so key. They know they have greatness in store for you. And think about first seasons of the things they've worked on, the first episode of Mandalorian. You just be patient, let it sink in, and then they're going to just hit you with these incredible jaw-dropping moments that
They
you
won't
didn't
be
see
jaw
coming.
dropping enough. They won't. I'm gonna call it right now.
Oh no, but of course
This
not.
will
I mean,
be a continuing
You're just
theme.
as salty as anybody else. Look, I don't give a shit if you didn't like the episode. I had fun with it, and I'm not gonna be like, you're making me mad because you didn't like it. Like, all right, you didn't like it, whatever.
I'm not
You know
either. But if people want to like, whatever, bro, it wasn't a surprise to you. Cool. Next.
I'm cautious about the show still because obviously it's a big thing for the Star Wars saga, right? I think going into this with lowered expectations is not a bad thing.
Dude, that's what have I been saying the whole time, right? Everybody's going to get upset. There's going to be a large contingent of people that are upset. There's people that get upset about everything. So, okay, the cinematography wasn't what you thought it was going to be. Well, guess what? I hate to be the guy to say it, but they did a great job, and there's a lot of people that are happy with it. And if you're one of the people that's not happy with it, maybe it's you. Just saying. Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah. There's a lot coming, and the fact that it's going to be packed into, what do we have, 7 episodes total?
Yeah, it's 6 or 7.
Okay.
They
So-
released the schedule today. I just haven't looked at it yet.
Does it have titles?
Not so far as I know. I actually don't even. Oh, you know what the last title was? What was it? A Stranger in
A
Strange
Stranger in
Land?
a Strange Land?
Yeah,
I don't want to
Well-
I don't want to find out the titles though as
kind
these
of a
come
lame
out.
name for an episode. I'm not gonna
Well,
lie.
and here's the thing, though. we haven't had this much Tusken interaction
Mhm.
Mm.
in Star Wars, aside from KOTOR, right?
Mm.
So, honestly, like, if you can't appreciate them showing you a new part of Star Wars that's been mysterious, again, it might be you.
No.
So,
Think about the Tuskens in KOTOR, man. There, you learn in KOTOR that there are multiple clans, and
Yeah.
guess what? They don't like each other.
right. It's just like the mafia. They work
Mhm.
together when they have to accomplish something, but it's all about territory, right? And the one thing that they agree on is all outsiders are bad. Okay,
Okay.
well, everybody from the outside is bad, and you got to make sure to not let them in. Okay,
Yeah,
And
don't
so-
say Boba. It's bad.
Wait, Hawks is so triggered right now. Oh my god, just speak your mind.
I love it.
Let it
Get
out. Let it out.
Well, my issue is I'm not triggered with people not liking the episode. I'm clearly triggered that someone in the chat decided to target me because what did I do? I subverted your fucking expectations. Sorry, I got you hyped on a Star Wars show, bro. Real sorry. I'll never do it again.
He's
My
had 5 White Claws. Okay, guys, just take it easy on Hawks.
bad. I'm actually sipping on tea out of my Mace Windu glass.
Ooh.
So like, I don't know what to tell you, bro. I loved that episode. I thought the way they opened that episode was a good enough of a surprise for me.
Mhm.
Next topic.
Yeah, I was super into it. Are you kidding me? We got Camino, Petronaki Arena, Sarlacc.
Wild, bro.
I'm, like,
But I'm
happy.
not shocked
In
who
the
it's coming
first-
from either. So
in the first 10 seconds, right? In the first 10 seconds, they gave you Camino,
Yeah.
the slave one on Camino. They gave you
Whoa, the
basically,
fire spray, bro.
yeah, whatever. They gave you, so basically, they gave you Boba's life growing up in the first couple frames of this show, right? You get the Camino where he's born, and the slave one is on a platform. You get him in an iconic moment watching his father's head get chopped off, and then he's in the Sarlacc pit. These are 3 very iconic moments in the history of Boba Fett, and you're still not happy. And that happened in the first 10 seconds of the show. So find things to be upset about. I'm used to it. I'm used to hearing everybody get upset and cry.
I'm used to being called a shill. It's not
yeah,
gonna
I-
change.
It's okay. I'm the bad guy. It's okay, or whatever. But you know what? It's probably you if you really had a problem with this first episode.
I mean, I've
It's
never
too short to
unironically
even
been called a
judge.
shill, though.
Honestly, it's too short to judge.
Can't just enjoy it. Can't just enjoy something that we've been waiting 40 years for. Can't just enjoy it.
Well,
know?
here's the thing, dude. It's fun. It's fun to pick things apart and be like, they didn't get that right. I'm like, yeah, dude, when we're super sweaties, yeah, I could pick that thing apart all day. I could find a whole bunch of stuff I don't like about it. But like, I'm so excited to feel good about Star Wars again at this point. Like, I just want to feel good.
Dude, it brought me right back into the world. I was like, this is what I wanted. I wanted to sit down and have fun watching this. And I sat down with my family, and we, you know, granted, my daughter couldn't give a crap. She's playing in her dollhouse. My son watched it first thing this morning and was trying to leak information, and we had to stop him. And then we sat down together and watched it while we ate dinner. It was
I
great.
brought you into this world, and I'll take you out. You
Oh,
spoil Boba Fett for me, we're gonna have a real problem.
Hey,
my wife.
a new member to the channel.
Hey, welcome.
Timothy Brock. Oh man, I don't have the member video. Oh, I know what we can use.
Did
Welcome.
you see?
Thank you.
Thank you for your generous contribution to
Xwing.
Thank you.
Welcome.
I love it.
Welcome to Hanger Gang.
Oh, night of the Forest, man. Don't worry, we're getting to that because holy
We haven't even
moly,
got there yet.
release the Kraken.
So, yeah, I mean, so a lot of flashbacks, a lot of callbacks to a lot of different things in different parts of the universe. What's funny now is that we're getting callbacks to new shows.
Mhm.
So the cactus water, that's a callback to a new
Thank
show.
you. Thank
know
you. I
what I
was
mean?
just thinking about that.
Just it's fun.
How much information are they giving you that you guys aren't appreciating? How do the Tuscans stay alive? How do they deal with water? What's the deal, right? And you watch how they do it and what it is. There's so much cool information they've given us with the Tuscans in this episode, but everybody's upset that there wasn't more Sarlacc. So for me, it's this Tuscan stuff was awesome new information and a culture that we've not had a lot of information on aside from a video game. And or on a ridge shooting rifles, right? We don't really get much information on how they live and the structure of their society. So this was awesome. This was awesome.
Yeah, man. People are talking about a lot of shit.
That was my only beef with the Sarlacc pit. That's the first thing I touched on when I was like, dude, where are the weak ways at? Where's like all the people that, but whatever.
What was Obsession just talking about? The creature at the end?
No, that's the Night of the Force. Blue.
Yes, Clash of
Oh,
Titans.
yeah,
So glad you
100%.
ain't got that. That's what I was gonna say about it.
Yeah,
For
I
sure.
said the creature from the Blue Lagoon.
Mhm.
It should have been a baby crate because that thing was,
It
that
might
thing
have
was
been,
the perfect size for the skeleton from A New Hope.
but that might have been a baby crate. We don't know. Did they identify it?
No,
didn't,
it's a
right?
sand
Identified,
monster.
That
But
ain't no
that was
baby crate.
100% inspired by Ray Harryhausen's design.
1,000. Yeah.
Oh,
I just
as
like
soon
how
as
he
it popped out of the stand, I stood up and I was like, "Release the Kraken!"
I like how he pushed the body into the dirt some more.
Oh,
after he
yeah.
slammed him.
brutal.
He's like, "Oh, you're not dead? You're dead
That
now."
was kind of graphic for like a
Yes.
Disney thing. That felt pretty
Yeah.
graphic. I was super stoked on it. I'm like, that's brutal, bro.
I mean, and then Boba shows every kid in the universe how to kill something from behind with a rope. It's like, okay, you get him like this, and then you get your arm, and you go like this, and then you squeeze it like this, and then he's dead.
Dude, those chains had like spikes in between the hooks.
Yeah, that was sick. I was a big fan.
Callisto, old school Nerdventure, asked me if or why we think Boba returned to the village with the head of the thing instead of taking off. I don't think he knows where he is, man. The desert, like he cannot survive out there on his own. Sure, they did just kind of show him how to dig up the water things, but I don't think he'll know how to
Well,
find
he
things.
knows he's close to Tashi Station, but Tashi
Yeah.
Station is in the middle of goddamn nowhere.
He's just biding his
He needs
time.
some more time on these episodes. I need a little bit more runtime
Yeah.
here.
They get
Yeah, I think-
longer.
I
I
think
thought
they'll
with the
increase.
previous shows, didn't they get longer a
Some
little
of
bit?
them
No,
were longer,
dude.
some of them were shorter. It just
Yeah,
depended
Mando-
on
Mando's
started off
episodes-
big, and then
Yeah.
You know what it is? It's like you can't make an episode long for the sake of making it long. You have to tell the story coherently and make it make sense. And sometimes it's wrapped up quicker than you might want it to. Even some of the longest episodes of really any series feel short when they're so good. You're like, oh, it ended. You're like, it's over already.
well,
Meanwhile,
and
it was an
talked
hour.
to, I have a therapist, Nikki. She's like my resident salt lord, because she just, I mean, she doesn't
wait. You're getting therapy advice from Nikki?
Yeah, because I'm trying to stay in the dark, and I'm always drawn to the light, right? I'm always drawn to the light, and I go back to her like whatever his name is, Benny Boy and Snooky Pokes. I'm like, I feel the call again to the light. And she's like, this very decision has split you into her. I don't even remember.
Okay,
what it-
okay, copy.
But I was like,
More like a
what
dark
do you
priestess,
think?
not so much
What
a
do you think?
therapist.
It was short, right? And so we
it
talked
wasn't
about
short.
it being short.
It's
Well, it
perfect.
was short.
It's perfect.
30.
Perfect.
I think a good like 45-minute, hour-long episode would have.
Can't do that. You can't
Why?
make it. You can't make a 6-hour Boba Fett show. You can't. They're not
Why
going to do.
not?
They're not going to do that.
No, you
What
don't
show
wanna
have they
overmilk
given
it.
you an hour? Ever?
We have at least
Ever.
that much footage on the cutting room floor easily.
What show with Disney Plus have they released that is an hour-long format?
Not enough.
Zero.
Yeah.
Right. That's what
I
they're
think
doing.
Zero. Because
the
it's
only one I
not.
think will
Go ahead, Matt.
I think the only one we'll get in that format, even possibly, is Kenobi.
Kenobi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they only have one season in them.
Mm-hmm.
They
Mhm.
might build a second season of this. So they can't hand it all to you. They have to build this 3 hours, 4 hours worth of content.
Mm.
And then they're going to go back and look at how it went and then decide if they're going to do more.
Yeah.
Right. And which they've already decided. They already know. He was such a hit before the show even aired that the hype behind it. So it's not, they're not going to give you hour-long Boba Fett episodes. They're not going to give you this hour-long stuff.
Yeah, I was talking with my cousin actually today. I was over there and watched it with him. I watched it for the second time.
Oh, you did?
and-
Oh, you're dead to her. You're so dead to her.
I really wish I had the sound clip where it was like, "I'm deeply sorry, Master."
Oh man, what were you saying, Hawk?
Oh no, I was just gonna say, like, I don't think this is not obviously going to be the best episode we get from Book of Boba Fett.
No.
If anybody believes that, you're crazy. Like,
No.
this is the intro episode.
Yes.
And the way I kind of compared it is it's like this to me was the Mudhorn episode without the Force and insert the flashbacks and the history of Boba Fett. So, you know, take what you want from that. The Mudhorn episode wasn't my favorite episode either. So I don't know. I'm not the word disappointed is not associated with this episode. For me.
I don't get that, dude.
For me.
I don't get I could not feel disappointed by that episode.
The
I
intro
could
to Book of
understand,
Boba
like, I could understand, like, dang, I really wanted to see this, but I didn't get to see it. But it was a great episode. The word disappointed just doesn't enter my vocabulary with this, bro.
But
It's
okay,
not over with yet.
But here's the definition of disappointment. Something that doesn't meet your expectations. Right?
Mhm.
You're putting this and expecting A, and you're getting delivered the package it is, and you're upset that it isn't your way. And guess what? These guys have been telling great stories for a long time. They know what they're doing. Let them do it. I know you guys got a little PTSD. I know everybody's ass is still red from the last iteration from Disney.
Well,
But-
and this is a fair criticism of Bad Batch. It didn't really end with much for a lot of us. So, like, if Boba does the same thing, sure, disappointing. But I
Yeah,
don't
let's
think
just
it's
do
going to
it.
be that.
Callisto brings up a really good point, dude.
Yeah,
Certain elements of a story sometimes need to be compartmentalized in order to fit the narrative of a particular. I was on such a good run there. Perhaps 10 minutes fits better in a different episode. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Or perhaps those 10 minutes fit better over 5 episodes,
Yeah.
right? A little
Yeah.
2-minute extra here, there, and there. So,
And
it's-
this is the danger whenever you take a story that has been told already in print or in word or in comics or whatever, there's always going to be somebody's personal take on it because you're not told, you're not being shown what's happening, you're imagining what's happening in your mind, right? You're building your own story in your head.
well, and
And
it's
so-
not often that Solonic agrees with me in the chat, right? I mean, he's like, yeah, you know, instead of enjoying it, people are expecting too much. And,
Right.
and you're expecting it to look the same way as Mando. Well, guess what? Ahsoka is going to look real different,
Yeah,
right?
dude, this didn't feel like
Andor-
Mando. This felt
Andor is
different.
going to look real different, and it's intended to look different so you feel different.
Right.
Yeah.
Did
Oh,
the,
I
how did
just
the
gotta
chat
fulfill a
feel about
request.
the
Out in the
music?
chat right now.
How did
I
the
love
chat
it.
feel about the music? Because the music is what brought me back to Mando. Because I
Yeah, I
knew
like the
it was
soundtrack.
him to begin with, and like that whole vibe to me felt similar. As far as like the shows lining up together, but
No. I just got to fulfill a request in the chat. Release the space whales.
I don't. I wish I had a shot.
Lady.
Coffee on Korriban. Yes, that was Rex from the pilot from the Star Wars tours. Correct.
Well, it was at least the same type of astromech. It could have been. It could have been
Could have
somebody
been a
else.
different one, but that's
It looked
such
like R3X, bro.
it looked like R3X, and they brought him back a couple different times, using him in different ways, and they really like using him. So
We're
Hey,
chill, bro. You
we're chill, bro. It's
Chill.
all the haters that hating.
Yeah.
You gotta shake it off.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, man. And I really liked the spin on the Cantina music.
Yeah, dude, we were
I
talking
love
about
that.
the backstage. How awesome was it that it was just a upper tempo?
Mhm.
And again, I feel like that was a distinct difference between Mos Eisley and here, right? I
Right.
feel like the way they treat the droids, the music was more upbeat, it was cleaner, right? Like all of that, all
Fair.
of these things are a direct comparison to what we had seen just several years before in Mos Eisley. So I feel like this is maybe a better establishment.
I don't know. It seems to be to me.
Bigger
It
city?
seems like a total drug den, like a complete
Oh
whorehouse.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that's was
opium
like
den,
upper
100%.
class, man.
Yeah.
That's the upper
But-
class. Mos Eisley was the slums.
Look at the look
Right.
at the size of the city, right? That nobody thought that was Tatooine. Everybody's like, is that Tatooine? Is that Tatooine? That's obviously one of the bigger
This
cities
is
in the-
Anakin's hometown, dude.
right. So I mean,
The big money's there because the pod races come through there, right?
You guys
So
ever
we know the
see?
big-
Do you guys ever see Man with the Iron Fist?
Hmm.
Movie
Man
by
with
the
Iron
RZA.
Fist or the man with the
Iron Fist. The Man with the Iron Fist is by
He's like the
RZA.
man with the iron mask.
Oh, I
But
thought you were
anyway,
saying Man
there's
with the Iron
a-
Mask.
Where's that
There's a-
soundtrack now?
There's a brothel in that movie where like people get murdered on the floor and no one blinks an eye on it at it. And I think that is like that place. That place has bounties, like bounties are coming in and out of that place.
Right.
Other things are going down, even though it's high scale.
Well, and she the Twi'lek manager, owner, representative, crime lord, whatever you want to call her eventually. She obviously is wearing some dark side jewelry, let's say,
Mhm.
right? She's definitely not steering in the light. She's got some potentially Sith artifacts. Logos.
I shouldn't have to read the books to understand this.
Well, thankfully, so it does seem like the bounty pucks would be there, just like in Mando, out in the open on the table in the middle of the room. It's
According
Cool.
to EU, yeah, Watto's dead. I think Vader came back and killed him, didn't he?
Bro, yeah.
In one of the comics he did, right?
hard.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Killed
Now,
him
let me
so
ask you
hard.
this. How much
So
debate,
hard.
how much debate was there behind the scenes about including the offer to shine his helmet? Because you know what they were offering right
You
there.
know that was a joke. Come
But-
on.
Mm,
It's
Well,
Paris.
but
Can
we
we
knew
Someone
what we
was like,
needed to
we
know.
can't say that.
Mhm.
They said it,
Actually,
they said it, and it was one of
Paul-
my favorite moments.
Paul,
and I like how she's like, "Your helmet's shinier than mine." Like,
in England, that saying means exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
According to Paul from Heavy Spoilers. So
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
whatever the case
Finally,
over
a
there, I'll
man of
tell you what it
culture.
means over here.
A man of culture finally joins the chat. I'm waiting for the Porkin show. Give me that Porkin show, man.
Yo, it would go
Yeah,
to
CW
CW.
would be perfect
shit
for
would go
that.
to CW.
Yeah. The finale will be called I Can Hold It.
I'm gonna go tear the ears off a Gundork. You hooligans handle it.
bro, yeah, it was a
Yeah,
great
yeah.
episode. It's got to build. It takes time. This is uncharted territory.
Mm.
Everybody thought, was Boba alive? Was he dead? Was he alive? Was he dead?
Mhm.
For years and years and years.
Yeah.
This is a great day for the franchise. The fact that so many people enjoy it, and the ones that don't, cool. Again, everybody has their opinion. I hear a lot of, if it's not this way, if this show isn't this way, I'm out. If this show isn't this way, I'm not watching Star Wars anymore. I appreciate that sentiment, but to be honest, you're never leaving.
Yeah,
right,
Look,
because
a
the
lot of
king.
people were supposed to move to Canada so many times and they didn't.
So for me, it's all. I mean, look, if this is going to tear you away from something you enjoy that much, an addition to a show and this and that, then maybe go to Marvel.
But
Maybe,
dude, you know what it is though? It's Disney Star Wars. It's Disney Star Wars because I think even you, Obsession, maybe you can admit, like, if
I think nothing.
Kenobi, we've talked about this. If Kenobi doesn't bang, if Hayden's Return's not the shit,
it's not
I'm
gonna
out.
happen.
I'm out, bro. I'm gonna
It's
be
not
waiting for
gonna happen.
Ahsoka. Like, I got a very few shows, and it's a short list of shows that need to do something for me.
Well,
be honest.
Kenobi's
I'm trying to shill as much as I goddamn can, and like they're making it real hard. They're making it real hard for me.
Well, I mean, if this is any indication of look, Kenobi is not only going to be an amazing storytelling adventure, it is going to be beautiful.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Right? It is going to be beautiful.
Mhm.
I think
Shot
the
with the
soundtrack in Kenobi is going to pull at every heartstring. I think it's going to call back to so
Do we know
many.
who is it? John Williams? Did they get anybody musically?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Can I
I
do
don't
a
know,
YouTube
actually.
thing real quick? Because I forget to do it every single stream.
Yeah.
Stop what you're doing right now. Scroll the page down and force choke that like button. And
Ooh. Get
For
at
sure.
it.
He really never does this. You guys really should.
Walk
It's
into the
awful how
stream
much
like the
likes me.
cantina, offer to shine the like button's helmet, and
Get
get
in
it
there.
done. Just get
Shine
it
those
done.
helmets up, smashing.
Shine that like button.
Yeah.
Light should not carry as much
Like
weight.
14 people just left the stream. Like, God, I hate that so much.
Ugh.
But yeah, I feel like Kenobi is look, not only did they halt production and start anew, right? To make it better with the new story group and this, that, and the other. Not only that, but the technology got better. So the the volume
Yeah.
is a huge part of why Kenobi is going to be so much better than it would have been 2 years ago, right? Because now they can shoot all of this stuff without the elements.
And
Design
sweet Ewan finally gets to do something in front of an actual screen instead of just
Right,
guys
pretending.
everywhere. Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
So there's going to be about 20 droids over there. We're going to need you to just go ahead and just
Swing
pretend.
me laser sword.
Right, swing it. You're gonna. No, the sun is coming over from your left shoulder. Right. There's no more of that. It's
He's
now
gonna be totally immersed.
he's completely immersed. It's a whole different experience for the
Yeah.
actor, and I think it's going to be beautiful. I think it. Thank you, Dark Scorpion. I think it's going to be beautiful, and I think it's going to be probably some of the best storytelling I think we might ever see in Star Wars.
What do you think Now Say was doing, bro? Come on.
Yeah.
Hey.
I think.
You can social distance at the same time.
Oh yeah, that's true. Wow, dude.
That was good.
Oh.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That was
Hawk
pretty good.
just won the internet.
Boldly done, Lord. Boldly done.
Where's the?
What were we talking about?
Okay, so
Polishing
we're,
helmets.
we're rolling in on an hour. Let's wrap this up. Let's get to the end of the episode. Okay. What are we thinking is gonna go on in this next episode? Because I told everybody when this whole thing rolled around, the biggest thing I want for this whole season of Book of Boba Fett is to be able to sit there and speculate for a week until what happens next, right?
Yeah.
So this one didn't really feel like it gave me that step to step on to start coming back to the.
I think the step is the mayor. I think that's the stepping off point, right? That's our big like. Well, what's up with the mayor of Mos Espa? What's going on with that Twi'lek in the club? Which I agree. What you guys were saying before, she's way more deep into this than you would think. It's not
100%.
just a.
She's also
throwaway.
credited as a co-star or main, not co-star, but yeah, I think she's on the main whatever of the credits. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she'll be in more episodes.
It seems like it
most
seems
likely.
like he has to go off world next. So for me, I feel prediction wise, them walking down the street talking about all the territory that Jabba had and all the vassals, meaning all the people the businesses that pay tribute, I'm guessing. He has to go off world. So I think the next episode is going to show us him taking the slave one and him getting his armor, right? Or definitely getting the slave one, because if he gets in slave one, he has to they have to show us how he got her back. And so for me, I feel like that section is next. Maybe he's with the Tuscans watching the Crate Dragon portion, and then that's when he tells them, hey, it's time for me to go. And he goes to get his goes to get the slave one. Maybe a Tuscan or two help him, right? So I
That's
think
possible. Yeah,
I think
Oh,
that's
dude. Could you imagine a clan of Tuscans invading Jabba's palace?
That'd be kind of sick, dude.
Could that be them when they're walking through the desert in all black?
That's
Dude,
what I
I'd be
mean.
all for that. They
Right,
cause
so-
the distraction, and Boba goes grabs
Yeah.
Slave One.
Yeah. So that's kind of,
Mhm.
I feel like if he goes off world to start telling everybody, I've taken over, Bib's dead, I'm taking over, you have to show us how he got the Slave One back. And I
Mhm.
feel
Oh,
like
they're going
that's
to.
what's on
Yeah.
deck.
Yeah, they're going to. Okay. All right. I like that.
I'm gonna subvert my own expectations because I don't think this episode's gonna do a whole lot advancing of the story. I think the importance of this is like helping the Tuskens realizing this water source is at Tashi Station. But I think it's going to teach Boba also the importance of the water on Tatooine to some of these other smaller crime syndicates. And if he can cut off their water supplies, maybe that's another reason they need to come crawling to him. So I just think it's going to be a contained kind of Tatooine thing until he has to follow them to Tython. And I don't know if we're going to get that until like towards the end. I don't know.
My thought, bro, is for sure he proves himself to the Tuskens and takes care of those raiders while he's still in his original jumpsuit, because we see him going to Tashi Station when he's burned up. So I think he forges that bond next episode. Easy.
Yeah.
They give him a
think they need
gaffy stick. He goes, he wrecks them, and they're like,
Well, they point out that group that was
Mhm.
messing with that homestead there.
yeah,
So the Tuskens have a gripe with these guys also.
this guy. Oh, strike. Okay, are we boomer gaming tonight?
Yeah, for a little bit, sure.
It's up to you guys.
I just downloaded Fortnite, so let's give that a try. I can suck
God.
at any game.
Fortnite.
Well, I got him.
Either that or we
I
can
don't
Mario.
have it.
All right,
Okay, well then let's do some Mario Kart.
let's cart then.
I'm downloading it tonight though. Fortnite's on
All right,
my
all right, do it.
Well, let's
we can
cart
download
then for a little bit, and then we'll go.
We'll cart on Obsessions channel. You want to go there?
That's fine. I'll,
You guys good with that?
I'll set it up right now.
Okay. Well, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. If you're here and you're not already subscribed, please do. And the Star Wars Obsession, Hawks Holocrons, and the Mac Cave, they are all linked in the description below. Please click on it. Go down there. Hit the button with the S in the front. It's free. Hit a like on the stream on the way out. Leave us a comment. We'll see you guys next week for the watch party and Boomer Council as well. All right.
Yeah.
Everybody have a good night. May the force be with you.
later.